What if Yoda trained Leia? In Revenge of the Sith, we witnessed Padme give birth to Luke and Leia and sadly die shortly after. As a result, the twins were then separated as Luke was sent to Tatooine with Obi-Wan and Leia was sent with the Organas to Alderaan. But what if things were different? What if Yoda trained Leia? How different would things have been if he was the one to raise her from birth and train her in the ways of the Force? Well, in this alternate timeline, that's exactly what we'll be diving into, so let's get right into it. Our story begins just after Padme's death, as she recently just gave birth to both Luke and Leia. Unfortunately, just after she did, she lost the will to live and sadly died. As a result, Luke and Leia would never get to know their true mother, and their future now lied in the hands of Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Bail Organa. So, as the three now sat all together, they began deciding what to do with the children.
Hidden. Safe. The children must be kept.
We must take them somewhere where the Sith will not sense their presence.
Split up, they should be.
My wife and I will take the girl. We've always talked about adopting a baby girl. She will be loved with us.
Yoda nodded. However, he seemed unsettled. Something was troubling him. Although Bail Organa may not have noticed it, Obi-Wan did right away. However, that would be something he would discuss later with him. Right now, all that mattered were the children.
And what of the boy?
To Tatooine. 'Twas family sent him.
I will take the child and watch over him.
Until the time is right, disappear we will. Master Kenobi, wait a moment. In your solitude on Tatooine, training I have for you.
Training?
An old friend has learned the path to immortality. One who has returned from the netherworld of the Force. Your old master.
Qui-Gon.
How to commune with him. I will teach you.
I don't know what to say. I thought Qui-Gon was long gone, Master.
Much about the Force remains a mystery, Obi-Wan. However, wise Master Qui-Gon is, and much he has learned about immortality. Teach you what he has taught me. I will.
Obi-Wan nodded. However, as he looked up at Yoda, he felt that it was probably the right time to ask what was troubling him earlier.
Master Yoda, earlier when Bail said he would look after the girl, you seemed troubled. In all my years, I've only seen you look like that a handful of times. What's weighing on you?
Yoda let out a weary breath.
Bleh. The girl, Obi-Wan. Much potential she carries. Strong in spirit she is. Felt it I have.
You wish to train her?
Yoda slowly nodded.
Master, what happened was not your burden alone. You led this order as no one else could. The fall of the Jedi is not your failure. Do not let the past dictate the girl's future. If you truly feel strong about her, you must guide her on the right path.
The Jedi I failed, Master Obi-Wan. Fail, young Leia. I cannot allow.
Master Yoda, this isn't like you. Since I was a boy, you taught me that fear leads to the dark side. I never imagined I'd be the one reminding you of it. But don't let your fear cloud what comes next.
Obi-Wan's voice softened.
We will have our time. Bail spoke of reforming the early rebellion, and if these twins are as potent as we believe, they may very well be the future of the galaxy.
Yoda went silent.
If Leia is truly that strong, then we need her, and we need you. I already lost Anakin. I cannot lose you too.
Yoda went deep in thought. Obi-Wan was right. Everything he said was right. Normally, he was usually the one to give lessons to others, but for the first time ever, it was the other way around. He couldn't give up. For most of his life, he fought for this Jedi Order and this Republic that he dearly loved so much. By giving up now, it would just put everything he sacrificed for to waste. If the Jedi Order were to truly be rebuilt one day, they needed him more than ever.
Very well. Speak with Senator Organa. I will.
In time, Yoda met with Bail Organa once again to discuss the future of young Leia.
Master Yoda, is everything all right?
Bleh. Speak with you about the girl I must.
You wish to train her, don't you?
Yoda was shocked. How did he...
I'm no Jedi, but back in the conference room even I sensed something unsettled in you. I must ask, though, what is it about her? What sets her apart from the boy?
The boy's path, clouded, uncertain it is, much like his father. Obi-Wan will watch over him, but the girl, strong in the light she is, need her we will.
I understand. You have my full support, Master Yoda. At the end of the day, we must do what is best for the future of the galaxy, and to one day rebuild our republic. If this is the path you believe she is destined to follow, then that is what we must do.
Yoda nodded.
Dagobah is far from Imperial sight. I doubt the Empire would ever find her there.
Yes, yes. Strong in the Force it is, far from the Emperor's reach.
Bail nodded.
Take good care of her, Master Yoda. We'll be in touch. May the Force be with you.
Yoda nodded, and from there, the two then went their separate ways. Shortly after, Yoda went to go see Leia, and as he did, he looked into her big blue eyes. His thoughts raced. He felt sorry for Leia. She just entered this world and already lost everything. Her mother, her father. Yoda felt terrible for her. However, for some reason, he felt that maybe, just maybe, he'll end up being more than just her teacher. Perhaps he'll one day fill that parent role in her life that she so desperately needs. Although that would be something that Yoda wasn't used to, nor had ever experienced before, in a way, he felt determined. Determined to set her on the right path.
Come, young Leia. Go to our new home we must. And in time, a new hope you will be.
20 years had passed since Yoda took Leia in, and since then, she had become the exact Jedi that he imagined her to be. She was fearless, strong-hearted, and most of all, determined just like her mother. During their early years together, Yoda would spend a lot of time showing her ancient Jedi texts and the history about the Jedi throughout the centuries. This always intrigued Leia, as she was always so fascinated by the Force, even when she was just a little girl. However, as she got older, Yoda began teaching her a different side to the Jedi. A more devastating side. When she reached the right age, Yoda told her all about the night of Order 66. He told her about what happened to the Jedi and how they were too blinded to see that Darth Sidious was the Chancellor all along. However, that's not all he told her about. Although it was hard for him to do, he also revealed who her father was, Darth Vader. He told her everything about Anakin, including the good, the evil, and most of all, what he had become. Although Leia was heartbroken after hearing this, it only made her more determined to bring peace back to the galaxy, and with Yoda as her teacher, she felt it was within reach. Over these years, Yoda also kept up with his own training. Instead of just cutting himself off from the Force, Yoda wanted to be the best teacher he could be for Leia. So he chose to keep up with his own training, and in time, he and Leia took a big step together. When she was just a teenager, Yoda came to terms that it was time for her to construct her first lightsaber. Unfortunately, with the Empire in control of the galaxy, most planets that had Kyber crystals were mined out. However, there was one planet that wasn't, and that was Jeddah, so Yoda and Leia went there together. It was there where Leia found her crystal, and out of all colors, the color blue called out to her. With that, Leia wielded her blue lightsaber with pride and began to master her skills as a duelist. However, Leia wasn't the only one to obtain a new lightsaber. After losing his saber against Darth Sidious many years ago, Yoda also constructed himself a new saber. Very similar to his old one, this new one was also green and smaller in length. Most of all though, it fit his fighting style perfectly. So, over the years, Yoda and Leia did much training in lightsaber combat together, and she was truly becoming a sharp and powerful Jedi. However, Yoda wasn't her only teacher throughout these years. At times, Master Qui-Gon would pay visits to help with Leia's training. Although he would only appear for brief moments at a time, he always had valuable words and advice for Leia. Despite Qui-Gon being devastated by what Anakin had become, he had hope in Leia and the Jedi that she was becoming. As a result, he and Leia also developed a close bond, and with his and Yoda's guidance together, they truly had become the best mentors for her. However, nothing was more unbreakable than the bond between Leia and Yoda. In time, Leia truly saw Yoda as the father she never had, and the two really had an inseparable relationship. Unfortunately though, one day during their training, that relationship was put to a test.
Control you must learn. Even light can burn. If too bright it shines.
I'm sorry, Master Yoda. I'm just out of it today.
Troubling you something is?
Last night, I had a vision, Master. I don't know how to describe it, but it felt real. Like something or someone was calling to me.
Someone, you say?
Yes. My whole life. I'd only ever met Master Qui-Gon, but nobody else of my own species before. But in this vision, I saw a young man. He looked about my age, and in the vision he was speaking to an older man. White hair, white beard.
Yoda froze. He knew exactly who she was speaking about. No further questions were needed.
Master, do you know who I'm talking about?
Come inside, young Leia. Much to explain I have.
As Yoda and Leia sat within the hut, Yoda revealed everything to her.
Many years ago, great sorrow your mother suffered. A painful truth she learned, what your father had become.
I know that much, Master. But the ones in my vision, I have to know.
Before she died, 2 children she had. One brought with me to Dagobah, the other to Tatooine. The only Skywalker you are not. A brother you have, young Leia.
Leia froze. She was in shock.
What?
Separated you had to be. Found the Emperor would have. Turned you may have been, like your father.
Why, Master? Why would you keep this from me?
Too risky it was. If known this you had, left you would have. Gone to find him you would have, and dangerous that would have been.
Leia stood up. She couldn't believe that Yoda would lie to her.
I've lost everything. I've never met my mother nor my father. And you think it's just okay? That you kept this from me? That the only person I shared blood with is out there somewhere in the galaxy and I've never met him? My own brother, Master?
Yoda's ears lowered. He felt devastated. He had no words.
What's his name?
Yoda paused for a moment.
Luke, the older man you saw. Master Obi-Wan, that is. Watched over Luke on Tatooine for years, he has.
The same Obi-Wan that you and Master Qui-Gon mentioned many times, yes? That's all I needed to know.
As Leia said this, she was about to storm out, but Yoda quickly stopped her.
Leave you can, but a grave mistake it will be.
Why?
Powerful the Empire has become, too dangerous the galaxy is.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm tired of living in fear. All I've seen my entire life is this swamp planet. Nothing else. I'm going to go find my brother.
Leia started to leave, and as she did, Yoda shook his head. Where did he go wrong?
You've always been my family, Master. But families, they don't keep secrets like this. Goodbye, Master.
Leia left, and with that, she set course for the planet of Tatooine. She was gonna find her brother, and nothing was gonna stop her.
Failed her, I have.
Oh, it was bound to happen eventually, my old friend. She's got too much of her mother's fire in her. When guided well, it is a gift. Otherwise, it can become something else entirely.
Something dark, I sense. Something out of balance.
I cannot interfere, my friend. Remember your earliest teachings. Obi-Wan told you once. Now I will tell you again. Do not allow fear to cloud your judgment, Master Yoda.
Jabba the Hutt.
Vader. Uja Luja. Quanta Luya Wachanichu. Quanta Mota Gulia Kenobi. Kapunaka Kapununisa.
Where is he, Hutt?
Uta Sita Manta Kuya Licho. Kuya Guipe. Malkishka Kripas Puja.
Send me the coordinates at once. Then your payment will be delivered. However, if the information is false, then you will not live to regret it.
Brida lucha. Monte crispa crucio. No. Uta TV Jedi.
In time, Leia eventually arrived on Tatooine, and after visiting town by town, spaceport by spaceport, she finally found the location of Luke. Although nobody recognized or even heard the last name Skywalker before, many shared that they knew of a young farmer named Luke. From what some locals said, Luke was the son to Owen and Beru Lars, who lived out in their own homestead. So that's exactly where Leia headed to, and in time she eventually arrived. Unfortunately though, when she got there, Luke was nowhere to be found, so she kept searching along the outskirts when finally she got her answers. After traveling for hours and hours, she saw a land speeder parked by an old hut. However, as she approached the hut, she felt a strong presence. A presence in the Force. It had to be him. It had to be Luke. So Leia walked inside the hut, and before her stood the exact two people she saw in her vision, Luke and Obi-Wan. However, as Obi-Wan watched Leia stand there, he looked pale, like he just saw a ghost.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Years ago, you served my father in the Clone Wars. You fought alongside him in more battles than the archives could count. Most of all, you were more than comrades. You were friends. Brothers. Hopefully just by looking you recognize me.
I do, Leia.
Ben, what is she talking about? Who is she?
I always knew this day might come. Qui-Gon warned me long ago. A time when hidden truths would find their way back into the light. However, Yoda and I thought it was just some old Jedi jibber-jabber, so we brushed it aside.
Ben?
Luke, this is a Jedi Knight standing before you. Just like I told you the stories about.
You're a Jedi?
But I believe she's here for another reason. She's not here to see me. She's here for you, Luke.
For me?
I am your sister, Luke.
Luke froze. What?
What? It can't be. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, they said I was an only child.
They lied to you. Just as I was lied to.
You won't understand it now, Leia. But we did that to protect you both, to ensure the Empire would never find you.
As Obi-Wan said this, he quickly went numb. He looked horrified, sick to his stomach.
Ben? What's wrong?
Both of you. Leave now.
What? Why?
Leave through the back door. Take the speeder and set off this planet immediately. Make sure you are not being followed.
Ben, at least tell me what's going on.
It's best I don't. Now leave.
Luke and Leia took off. However, as they did, they saw Obi-Wan stand outside. Before him stood a tall figure in a black suit. Leia thought to herself, that man, he felt familiar. She felt something dark, something sinister. Who was he?
I've been searching for you for many years, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
Obi-Wan and Vader then clashed sabers. However, as they did, Luke and Leia stood from afar, horrified. Then the unexpected happened. As Vader took a step back, he then looked towards the two of them and said,
I see you have recruited others. However, one of them is already strong in the Force. Perhaps she could be a powerful apprentice one day.
They will never be yours, Darth. You lost that chance many years ago.
Vader seemed confused. What was he talking about? Then he and Obi-Wan kept dueling, and as they did, Luke and Leia still stood there. They were supposed to be leaving by now, but they just didn't know what to do. As for Leia, she didn't know whether to intervene or not. She's never fought against a real opponent before. For the first time ever, she doubted her abilities. However, then something unexpected happened. As Vader and Obi-Wan kept fighting, Obi-Wan turned around and looked at Luke and Leia one final time.
Run.
As Obi-Wan said this, he then took a step back and closed his eyes. With that, Vader sliced right through Obi-Wan's robes, and out of nowhere, Obi-Wan disappeared.
No!
Leia had no words. She was filled with guilt. No. She should have intervened. She should have done something. However, as she stood there frozen in time, she heard a voice. A voice she knew far too well.
Run, Leia, run!
Qui-Gon was right. At that moment, her brother needed her more than ever, and it was time for her to be a leader. So she quickly grabbed Luke and hopped on the speeder, and from there they took off. As Vader stood there in the back, he watched as the two fled. However, he was filled with a mix of different emotions. Although he was happy he finally killed Obi-Wan, questions ran through his head. How did Obi-Wan just disappear like that? Was he actually dead? And most of all, what did he mean when he said he lost that chance many years ago? Who were those two kids? Only time would tell. Only time would tell. Eventually, Luke and Leia escaped the planet and then set course back for Dagobah. At first, Luke was reluctant to leave his home on Tatooine, so Leia explained why. It was there where she told him everything. About their father, about how they were separated at birth, and also why they could never return back to Tatooine. Leia explained that just like her, Luke was also gifted in the Force, and it's why they have to lay low and be safe. However, as Leia said this, she began to notice that she was sounding identical to Yoda. Although she didn't understand it earlier, now she did. She realized why Master Yoda always wanted her safe, because of dark machine-like figures like that. Whoever that was, it was programmed to kill, and if he knew where she and Luke were, they would be next. Leia felt awful. She felt awful for not listening to Yoda earlier and just walking out on him. Now she finally understood him. All he wanted to do was protect her, and she was so irrational. Luckily though, she had her brother by her side now, and that's all that mattered. Eventually the two arrived, and as they did, it was there where they rushed right to Yoda.
Master Yoda. Master, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to storm out like that. I know you always want what's best for me.
Apologize you need not. Wrong I was. Fear you confronted. This, the path of every Jedi is. Done right you have. And now, both Skywalkers are together.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Yes. And to you as well, young Skywalker. Met you many years ago, I have. But too young you were to remember.
So I've heard. Leia here told me everything. I never knew I had a sister.
Yes. Siblings you are. Our home here, you like it?
It's a bit small, but I'm sure I'll settle.
Master, I hate to interrupt, but...
Interrupt you I will, Leia. Know what you are about to say, I do. Master Obi-Wan. Gone he is,
Yes, Master. Master Obi-Wan was killed by a dark figure. I don't know who he was, or how to explain what happened.
But I do.
Ben?
Yes, Luke, it is I.
Leia was shocked. The only Force spirit she had ever seen before was Qui-Gon. Now it made sense. Now she understood why he just disappeared like that.
Yoda and I both agreed that it is time to be honest with you two about everything. And I mean everything. That dark figure who sliced me down was Darth Vader. Unfortunately, Darth Vader is your father.
Leia went numb. That was... Vader? That's why he felt so familiar to her. That was...
We withheld this information from you to protect you. Everything we've done, every sacrifice we've made, it was to protect you both from the Empire. Now, I know this news comes as a shock, but we have no time to waste. Vader will soon learn that you are his children, and when he does, he will be after you. You do not realize it yet, but you two are the key to this galaxy. Yoda, myself, and Master Qui-Gon will train you both to the best of your abilities. Luke, over time, you will also become a Jedi Knight. You will learn mastery of the Force. You will learn how to wield a lightsaber. But most of all, patience, calmness, and how to master your emotions. As for you, Leia, You will learn confidence. Confidence in your abilities, but not only as a Jedi, but as a leader.
Leia nodded.
Now, eat you must, and then your new training we will begin. Lord Vader.
Master.
I trust your mission to Tatooine has gone well.
Yes, Master. Kenobi is dead.
Good.
Palpatine slowly smiled.
Good. Very good. The old fool hid for years, yet in the end even he could not escape you. With his death, the last of the Jedi are finally vanquished.
Yes, my master.
Palpatine paused.
And yet, something unsettles you.
I am not certain of anything. However, I believe the children of Anakin Skywalker still live.
Children? And what leads you to this revelation?
A presence in the Force. A boy and a girl.
Curious. The Force has shown me no such thing. Perhaps your emotions for these two have left you weakened.
Vader grew angry.
My loyalty is absolute.
Good. If they do exist, they may hold potential. But do not lose yourself in the shadows and memories, Lord Vader. Your focus belongs to the Empire, nothing else. Is that understood?
Yes, my master.
Good. Now, return to Coruscant at once. I expect you in my office. There is much work ahead.
3 years had passed since Luke arrived on Dagobah, and with the help of Yoda and Obi-Wan, his skills had truly flourished. Day in and day out, they placed him through rigorous training, and with the combined strength of him and Leia, they were truly a force to be reckoned with. However, unlike Leia, Luke wielded a green lightsaber, which complemented his strong connection to the Force. With that, Luke had truly become stronger by the day, and as for Leia, her confidence skyrocketed. With the help of her teacher, she truly had become a more confident, more poised Jedi, and she was developing into becoming a strong leader. Over these past 3 years, she spent a lot of time away from Dagobah to go and help aid the growing rebellion. Although she did her best to always lay low, she played a key part in assisting the rebellion and getting ready to one day overthrow the Empire. With that, both her and Luke had truly blossomed over these years, and it was now time for their next step as brother and sister.
Master Yoda, are you okay?
Old I am. When 900 years you reach, look as good you will not.
You're right. But you're the best looking 900-year-old I've ever met.
Now, ready you both are for your next step. To restore peace to the galaxy, confront the Emperor and Darth Vader you must.
We are ready, Master.
Careful you must be. Underestimate the Emperor's power you cannot. Did that myself I have. A grave mistake it was.
I understand. You taught us everything we know, Master. It's time we put that training to good use.
Yoda nodded.
As I said before, intelligence confirms the Death Star is orbiting the forest moon of Endor. If we approach openly, they'll tractor us aboard immediately. We let them capture us. If all goes well, they'll take us straight to the Emperor, and that's when we strike. I'm going to head to the ship. I'll go ahead and contact the rebellion to inform them of our plan. That way they can be prepared.
From there, Leia left the hut. As she did, though, Luke stayed for a second.
Master Yoda, may I ask you something? I don't know how to describe it, but do you think my father could be turned? Do you think he could be brought back to the light?
He's more machine now than man. Twisted and evil.
I know, but I still want to see the good in him, Ben. He's my father.
You must face Darth Vader. If you do not, the Emperor has already won, and the Imperial flag will continue to reign over the galaxy.
Luke paused.
I understand.
Now go, Luke. You and Leia are our last hope.
With that, Luke and Leia set course for Endor, and as they did, their plan eventually worked. Just like they predicted, they were sucked into the Death Star through a tractor beam and were eventually captured by a group of Imperial stormtroopers. In time, these troopers took away their lightsabers and contacted a high officer informing them of what had transpired. With that, the Emperor was then notified of this arrival, and so they brought Luke and Leia right to him. Eventually, they were brought to his throne room, and it was there where Lord Vader stood right by Palpatine's side.
Magnificent.
Luke and Leia stayed silent.
It seems Lord Vader was correct. You two truly are the offspring of Anakin Skywalker.
Your reign ends here, Your Highness. You've burned worlds and murdered millions. Your 20 years of terror ends today.
Is that so? And who will stop me? You two? You see, young Skywalker, you are gravely mistaken. With Lord Vader by my side, the galaxy bends to our will. Years ago, he speaks as you do, blinded by the Jedi's arrogance, their delusions. However, in time I showed him true power. More power than he could have ever imagined had he stayed within the walls of their crumbling temple. Now Lord Vader has become my most powerful apprentice, and you, young Skywalkers, could surpass even him.
Leia and I will never join you. We are Jedi.
The Jedi are dead. Your pathetic rebellion is hanging by a thread, and when you fall, the name of Skywalker will fade with you.
You're wrong, Your Highness. The rebellion is stronger than ever. The Jedi endure. And the name Skywalker isn't disappearing. Not now, not ever.
How pathetic.
Palpatine then turned to Vader.
Lord Vader, deal with him.
As you wish, my master.
Father, it doesn't have to be this way. I know you're still in there, Anakin. I can feel it.
Luke, we already made this decision long ago. We stick to the plan.
Luke nodded, and from there, he and Leia force-pulled their nearby lightsabers and ignited them right away. As they did, Vader did the same and leaped towards the two of them. It was now a duel between Vader, Luke, and Leia, all within the Emperor's throne room. However, as the three clashed, Vader was quickly overwhelmed. His son, his daughter, they were so powerful. He completely underestimated them entering this fight, and now he was paying the price. Whoever trained them must have been somebody wise, somebody powerful. Luke and Leia's strength together were just unmatched. Their synergy, their connection, everything. In a way, it reminded Vader of how he once was with Obi-Wan. Always in sync, always together. However, now wasn't the time for weakness. He had to win. He couldn't be embarrassed in front of his own master. So the three kept clashing, but in time, Vader truly stood no chance. As Leia herself became stronger with each strike of her blade, she eventually overwhelmed Vader and out of nowhere sliced his hand right off. Vader was then brought to the ground and Leia stood right above him. As she did though, Luke watched in horror. Although he entered this fight ready to take Vader down, he just couldn't help but feel sorry for him. That was his father. So as Leia looked down at Vader, Vader gasped for air.
Good. Very good. Unlike your brother, you carry hate and anger, young one. However, your power is not yet complete, not yet attuned. Join me by my side, and I can show you true power beyond anything any Jedi has denied you.
You're gravely mistaken. I do not carry hate, nor anger. I carry justice. Justice for everything you've done to this galaxy. And now, you will suffer the same fate.
So much like your mother, always reaching for peace, always believing the people.
Palpatine smiled.
It destroyed her.
My mother was strong, fearless, and most of all, a fighter. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
How unfortunate. Well then, if you will not be turned, then you will be destroyed.
With that, Palpatine unleashed a bolt of Force lightning right at both Luke and Leia. As he did, both of them screamed in horror. They were in so much pain, so much agony. Although they were both strong in the Force, they were no match for Palpatine's power. As all this happened though, Vader picked himself up and in time stood right by Palpatine.
Your feeble skills are no match for the power of the dark side. You have paid the price for your lack of vision.
Father, please! Yeah!
Now, children of Skywalker, you will die.
No. No.
Father, are you all right? Father!
Son, I am sorry for everything.
As Leia quickly stood up, she couldn't believe her eyes. All the hate she had towards her father for so many years, all the anger she carried towards him. He was really Anakin. He was really her father. So as Luke held Vader, Leia rushed over as well. As she did, she and Vader looked eye to eye.
Leia.
Father, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I never should have.
No. You were brave. Your mother would be proud.
Father, we have to get you off the station. The rebellion is coming. We can get you help.
No. Help me take this mask off.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now. Just for once, let me look on you both with my own eyes.
Luke and Leia couldn't believe their eyes.
Now go, my children. Leave me?
Leia stepped in.
No. You're coming with us. We can save you. We can save...
You already have, Leia. You already have. I love you both. I always have. And I always will.
With one final breath, Vader let go. It was over. Darth Vader was dead. As both Luke and Leia stood there, tears ran down their eyes. Emotions rushed through them.
I'm sorry, Luke.
Luke paused.
It's not your fault. He's at peace now, Leia. I feel it in the Force. Although I can't wrap my finger around it. I sense that he's in a better place now.
Leia slowly nodded. However, as she did, she heard noises from outside. X-rays, blaster fire. It was the rebellion. They arrived. They were here. All their forces, their entire fleet.
We did it, Leia. We really did it.
In time, the Death Star was destroyed, the Empire was defeated, and the rebellion had won. Although Luke and Leia were ready for the new beginnings in this galaxy, they had to return back home to share the news with their master, Yoda. Eventually, Leia and Luke arrived, and as they did, they rushed to Yoda's hut. However, as they got there, they faced the unexpected. Yoda was gone. He was nowhere to be found. All that remained were his robes, nothing else. Luke and Leia were both horrified. What happened? Was Master Yoda kidnapped? Was he dead? What really happened here? So they quickly rushed back outside, but as they did, they heard his voice?
Gone I am not. Only a different hue I am now.
Luke and Leia turned around. Before them stood Yoda as a blue force spirit. However, standing next to him was Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Finn! Master Yoda! Qui-Gon!
We are very proud of you two. You have done what nobody else in this galaxy could have.
You proved me wrong, Luke. I was convinced there was no more good left in Anakin. But you showed me the truth.
Young Leia, since a little one, raised you I have. Proud of the woman you have become. Strong, fearless, and courageous, much like your mother.
Thank you, Master. I couldn't be here without your guidance.
And you, young Skywalker, reckless. I once feared you would be. Troubled for your future I was. But wrong, you proved me. A great Jedi you have become.
Thank you, Master Yoda.
Now you both have done it. Peace has truly been restored to the galaxy. But one thing remains still.
What's that?
Turn around.
Luke and Leia turned around, but as they did, they couldn't believe their eyes.
Luke. Leia.
Father!
I know I look a little bit different than how you last saw me.
Maybe just a little bit.
You saved me. Both of you. For so long I was twisted by darkness, by lies. You reminded me of what is most important in this world. Family. Friends change, apprentices grow up. But family is forever.
Luke and Leia nodded.
Father, we'll be able to see you more often?
I'm still learning how this Force spirit thing works. But I'll always be watching. I will always be around.
I love you, Father.
Remember what I told you both earlier. I always loved you. I always have. And I always will.